Hi. So every single week, Americans open their refrigerators, stare at the food they barely remember buying, and throw it straight in the trash. Not because they're wasteful people, it's because they don't know if it's still good. You've been there, I've been there, we've all been there. You've picked up the container or carton, looked at it, maybe smelled it, and thought, this might still be fine, but I'm really not sure. And that moment of uncertainty costs the average American household $1,800 a year. That's not just waste, that's money, confidence, and time, all gone. And we saw that problem and we built a solution. So let me introduce you to FreshCheck, the first category calibrated color changing freshness tag. And today we're going to show you how we eliminate the guessing game in your fridge forever. I want you to meet Alex. Alex is a busy grad student, shops every Sunday, fresh produce, healthy choices. By Thursday, her food gets pushed to the back of the fridge. By Saturday, it's in the trash. Again, every single week. So here's the key insight. Alex isn't careless. Alex just can't see what's fresh. So imagine opening your fridge and finding yogurt you think might still be good, but you're not real sure. Most people rely on guessing, smelling, or dates that don't reflect the actual freshness. And this leads to hesitation and ultimately throwing food away. And Alex isn't alone. The USDA says 30 to 40% of all household food goes to waste. And that's not a rounding error, that's a crisis. And our own research even confirmed this. We talked to 10 students and busy professionals, and 80% of them said they regularly throw food away simply because they forgot it was there or they weren't sure if it was still safe. And one person even told us, I just forget what I have, and then I feel guilty throwing it away. This isn't a motivation problem. This isn't an education problem. This is a visibility problem. And visibility problems have solutions. So we went deeper. We didn't just ask, why do people waste food? We asked, what job are they actually trying to get done? And here's what we found. People don't lie awake worrying about food waste statistics. What they actually want is to open their fridge and know what they have, know what to use first, and know they're not about to serve their family something that's not fresh. The job is simple. Help me reliably understand the state of my perishable food so I can plan and cook without guessing. Three things have to be true for any solution to nail that job. First, visibility. You need to see what's in there and whether it's good. Second, prioritization. You need to know what needs to go today versus what you have all week. And third, simplicity. If it takes more than a glance, people aren't going to use it. And that's the brief that we gave ourselves. And FreshCheck delivers on all three, without an app, without a subscription to a platform, without changing a single thing about how people shop. So, what is FreshCheck? Well, it's really the intersection of the need, form, and technology. The need we already discussed. People want freshness, confidence at a glance. The form is beautifully simple. It's a small self-adhesive tag you stick on your food container or packaging. Nothing to plug in, nothing to sync, nothing to charge. You peel it, you stick it, and you're done. But this is where it gets really interesting, the technology. These are not your grocery store Best Buy labels. Those dates, they're printed before the food even leaves the factory. They have no idea how long it sat in a warm delivery truck. They have no idea that your fridge might run a little warm. And unlike expiration dates, which are printed before food even ships, FreshCheck reacts to what actually happens to your food. FreshCheck uses the time temperature indicator chemistry, TTI, what we call microencapsulated dyes. So what does this mean? It tracks time, it tracks temperature exposure, and it adjusts based on real world conditions. Again, left your groceries in a warm car, FreshCheck knows. And after our validation phase, where we went back and interviewed users with our prototype, we added category specific calibration. Produce behaves differently than dairy. Dairy behaves differently than meat. And now FreshCheck knows the difference too. FreshCheck bridges the gap between uncertainty and confidence using a simple visual system grounded in real science. And now I'm going to hand it over to Sarah to talk more about the product, brand, and how it works.
Here's FreshCheck in action. What you're seeing here is our final validated product model, and every design decision here is intentional. We didn't just want something functional. We wanted something people would actually use every single day. And we developed 3 distinct label types, one for produce, one for meat and poultry, and one for dairy. Each one is calibrated to its category, but unified under one simple system. Now, let's talk about what makes this product work. First, the color gradient bar. This isn't just a label, it's a live signal. It transitions smoothly from green to yellow to red, so users don't have to interpret anything. They just see it. Second, peel and stick simplicity. No setup, no learning curve, no behavior change. You take it out of the box, you stick it on your container, and you're done in seconds. Third, food-safe durable materials. These labels are designed to live inside of your fridge through moisture, temperature shifts, and daily handling. And finally, what really sets us apart is the category calibration built directly into each label. So this isn't just a product. It's a small physical intervention that creates a massive behavior shift from guessing to knowing. Now let's talk about the brand, because in this category, trust is everything. We chose the name FreshCheck very deliberately. It's simple, it's direct, it tells you exactly what the product does. You check and you know. And that matters, because when people are deciding whether food is safe to eat, they don't want clever, they want clarity. Our tagline reinforces that. Safe food, less waste, more confidence. Not just what the product does, but how it makes people feel. We also built the entire identity around instant recognition, a green, yellow, red color system that requires zero explanation. Clean, modern typography that feels credible and trustworthy, and packaging that's simple, recyclable, and aligned with our sustainability mission. Because a product designed to reduce waste shouldn't create more of it. Now here's where things got really interesting. When we tested our early prototype, users liked the idea, but they hesitated. And that hesitation came down to 3 things: trust, cost, and understanding the technology. So we went back and iterated. On the left side, you see our initial version, a basic 3-color strip, one size fits all design with limited explanation. And it worked, but it didn't fully convince users. On the right is what we have now, and every improvement is directly tied to user feedback. We introduced a gradient indicator, so freshness feels continuous, not binary. We added category-specific calibration, increasing perceived accuracy. And we strengthened the science communication, making the technology easier to trust. And here's the key insight. People don't just want simplicity. They want confidence in the simplicity, and that's exactly what we've built. So how does FreshCheck actually work? Let's break it down. Inside every label, there are multiple layers working together. There's a protective outer window that keeps the system intact, an active indicator layer, and this is where the chemistry happens, a category calibration layer tuned to specific food types, and a food-safe adhesive base. Now here's the magic. As time passes and as temperature changes, the chemistry inside the label reacts in real time, and that reaction drives the color shift that you see. So instead of relying on a static date, FreshCheck gives you a living, dynamic signal. And that signal is incredibly simple. Green means you're good, yellow means use it soon, and red means time to toss. No interpretation, no second guessing, no risk. Just one glance, and you know exactly what to do. And that's the breakthrough, because sometimes the best technology doesn't feel like technology at all.
All right, Sharks, let's talk business. FreshCheck is built on 4 pillars: product, price, place, and promotion. Sound familiar? And each one is designed to minimize friction and maximize adoption. The product is simple, the price is accessible, the distribution strategy is staged and smart, and our promotion is built for organic virality in a world where food content dominates social media. Here's the high level. We launched direct to consumer and on Amazon day 1. We hit Target and Walmart in month 6. We expand into grocery chains in year 2, and we generate earned media through a campaign that taps into one of the hottest topics in sustainability right now, food waste. Let me walk you through each one. Our first pillar is the product. As you've seen already, it is a smart freshness label with active indicator windows. There are 3 category lines: produce, dairy, and meat and poultry. It is a gradient green to red label that tells you when your food is going to expire. We're going to sell it in a 30 count, a 60 count, and a multi-pack bundle. And then moving into the future, we would love to expand into a smart fridge external panel. For the price, it's going to be sold in, again, 30, 60, and multi-category 4-pack bundles. It's going to be $6.99 for the 30 count and $11.99 for the 60 count. This is less than $0.25 per label. Then we'll move into a subscription plan and then a wholesale plan for B2B pricing. Our place is going to be online first at Amazon and FreshCheck.com for direct-to-consumer. We'd move into mass retail like Target and Walmart for our 6-month check, and then into grocery chains. And then finally, we would love to have a collaboration with a meal kit like HelloFresh or Blue Apron. And then finally move into a specialty like Williams-Sonoma. Our promotions will be organic on social and Instagram. We'll probably do some gifting with some local influencers in the food and sustainability space. For PR, we will use the USDA food waste awareness campaigns, and then we'll do in-store POS displays at checkout and maybe some end caps. And then finally, we'll do some email, some SMS loyalty, and a referral program. 3 product lines, 3 different biologies, 1 consistent brand experience. FreshCheck Produce calibrates for 4 to 10 days because that's what strawberry and that head of broccoli do not expire in the same way. Moving on to FreshCheck Dairy, that covers 7 to 14 days for milk, cheese, and yogurt. And then finally, FreshCheck Meat handles the most time-sensitive category, 2 to 5 days for raw proteins. Now let's talk price. The 30 count pack is only $6.99. That's less than $0.25 per label, just for some peace of mind. And here's the key. FreshCheck costs, on average, the user about $36 per year on subscription. But the average household wastes $1,800 per year. That's a 50 to 1 return on investment. So we're not asking customers to spend money. We're helping them stop lose it. For our strategy, we are not going to walk into Target on day 1 and beg for shelf space. We know how to play it, and that's a mistake that kills early stage brands. Instead, we follow a stage funnel. Each stage funds the next. Month 1, we launch direct to consumer. And then once we gather that proof and that social margin, that opens retail doors. No slotting fees, no markdown pressure, pure signal. Once we enter Target and Walmart with proof, and not without a pitch deck and with 5-star reviews, POS displays at eye level or end caps in various sections near checkout make FreshCheck the impulse buy and the easy yes for Target to use. Year 2, we'll expand into chains like Whole Foods and Kroger. Their shoppers already care about sustainability and fresh food quality, and we'll pursue meal kit co-packs with HelloFresh and Home Chef in the coming months. Every delivery box becomes a sampling vehicle for our product. This is a channel strategy that builds credibility at every step before we spend $1 on retail placement. How do you market a product about food freshness in 2026? You go exactly where people are already caring about their food, and you show them the problem they didn't know had a solution. TikTok, Instagram, Real Kitchens. We launch a content series called Fridge Reveal, Real people show what they used to and what they waste and what they saved with FreshCheck. Feedback like, I used FreshCheck for 30 days and here's how much food I didn't throw away. That content is shareable, emotional, and it sells the product better than any ad we could write. In this category, we would also have affiliate links so our influencers feel like they are willing and able to share our product. In that sense, we'll partner with 20 plus micro influencers in the food, home, organization space, and sustainability space. People whose audiences trust them. Affiliate commissions, not flat fees, so their incentives are aligned with ours. For PR, we are launching on Earth Day because we are a sustainability company with a sustainability story. We align with national food and waste conversations. And in store, again, that eye-level end cap placement with a QR code that drives recipe inspiration, turning a simple purchase into a continuous relationship.
From zero to market leader in 24 months. Months 1 to 3, we launch DTZ, Amazon, Earth Day, PR Blitz, influencer seeding. We're not trying to be everywhere, we're trying to be known somewhere. Months 4 through 6, we expand. Target and Walmart listings go live. Our subscription model launches, creating predictable recurring revenue. B2B outreach to meal kit companies begin. Months 7 through 12, we grow. Grocery chain entry, meal kit partnerships activate, and we drop a second PR campaign as our category specific lines gain traction. This is when the revenue curve starts to look like a hockey stick. Year 2, we scale. International DTC pilot in Canada and the UK. R&D begins on our next product, a smart external fridge panel that correlates with the internal labels. And we explore packaging partnerships, embedding our technology directly into food manufacturer packaging at the source. So every milestone is sequenced to be self-funded by the one before it. We are building this company to last. Let's talk numbers because we know that's what you're really here for. Year 1, 103,000 units, $721,000 in revenue. That is a real achievable number. We're targeting 1% of the addressable US household market. There are 50 million households that buy fresh groceries regularly. 1%, that's it. Year 2, retail activation changes everything. 380,000 units, $2.66 million. The subscription mix growing to 30% of sales means our revenue becomes predictable and sticky. Year 3, 700,000 units, $4.9 million. Grocery chains, meal kit co-packs, and our first international pilots are all contributing. We're assuming an average selling price of $7, a 30% DTC margin, and a 50% retail margin. These are conservative. The meal kit co-pack channel alone could add a step change in volume that blows these numbers out. These projections are grounded in clear assumptions. Average selling price is $7. Retail onboarding after 6 months. Subscription growth to 30% of sales by year 3. And targeting just 1% of a 50 million household market. That's the key. We don't need mass adoption to win. Even small penetration is equal to multi-million-dollar growth. Here's the bottom line. Every year, American households throw away $1,800 worth of perfectly good food, not because they want to, but because they can't tell if it's still fresh. It's one of the most common, most frustrating, most expensive problems in the modern kitchen. FreshCheck changes that with a simple, affordable peel and stick tag that costs less than a cup of coffee and delivers a 50 to 1 return in saved food. Real-time freshness insight, no apps, no behavior change, immediate impact on waste reduction. We've validated the need with real users. We've iterated the product based on real feedback. We've built a brand people will trust, a pricing model that makes adoption easy, and a distribution strategy that scales intelligently. And the best part, This technology doesn't stop here. It can expand into food packaging, retail integration, smart kitchen ecosystems. We're not asking you to bet on an idea. We're asking you to recognize a massive everyday problem with a simple, scalable solution. FreshCheck. Safe food, less waste, more confidence. Thank you. We are ready for your questions.